It is Friday, September 6th, 2024. It's time for a Friday crossword, the first of two themeless puzzles for the week. And I apologize if this is going up late. I know yesterday's crossword went up very late in the day. I'm staying out of town, and the internet here is absolutely horrendous. It took about 8 hours to upload that file, so I hope today is not a repeat of that, but it will be late again, I'm sure, to some extent. Anyway, this late themeless edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Dre, Casey Brandt, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster, the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler, and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the five of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel. They keep this whole thing going day by day, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to them and to everybody who backs the channel. And thanks as well to the people who subscribe on YouTube. Oh, well, I should mention you can subscribe to that. You can join the Patreon campaign at patreon.com/dailysolve or via the description field link. You'll get the bonus videos there. Thanks to those. And thanks to everybody who does subscribe on YouTube. But boy, I'm very flustered today, aren't I? Anyway, let's get on with the crossword, shall we? This is a themeless construction by Adrian Johnson, who's constructed, I think, around half a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano. And no theme, let's start solving. Mollycoddle. To mollycoddle someone is to sort of indulge them, or to pamper them, or I'm not sure what the four-letter synonym is. They often have multiple horns. Multiple horns. I don't know. Is it something like a brass section or something like that, or multiple horns? My guess is that this is sort of slightly punnily referring to musical horns, but I'm not sure what the answer is. Spy's assumption. Intel? No. A guise, maybe? A spy assumes a guise, a disguise. Hindu gentleman. Wouldn't have thought that was a G. Oh, maybe an alibi is what the spy assumes. Or something. It'll be something like this. It'll be, an identity or a name or something. Booster, perhaps. A seat? Like a booster seat for a child? Spy's assumption. Maybe not. Well, I'm not getting anywhere, am I? Powerful DC lobby, informally. Big something, could be something, like, I don't know, big oil or big pharma or something like that. Mollycoddle. Oh, yeah, if you baby someone, you mollycoddle them. So this could start with big. So sort of a big industry that lobbies politicians in the U.S. That's what they're getting at there, I think. Spy's assumptions. Okay, so, well, I was going to say that answers what this is, but it doesn't, because it actually still could be guise or alibi, although guys would make this start with BG, which I think is unlikely. So let's try alibi. No, this would start then with YB. Crimean town in 1945 headlines. Oh, Yalta. Oh, alias. That's, of course, that's not. Alibi is completely wrong for that. An alibi is what you'd say, is what you'd give to explain your whereabouts in a given situation. But an alias is what you actually adopt as another name. Sorry about that. I was just completely mixed up. So then what about this? Part of the military brass, a bugle. It's our second mention of brass today, isn't it? Didn't we? No, that's not. We had horns up here. Could be like a brass band or something, although that's too long. Oh, so Hindu gentleman Baba. There we go. That's definitely, that's a sort of term of address. Okay. Oh, hyperbolic ordinal. Hyperbolic ordinal, so the sort of maximum count of something. Not sure what we're looking for, what exactly we want there. Booster, perhaps. Alum, maybe? An alumnus of a school who went there and they're sort of a big booster of that school, a supporter of that school, maybe. Let's see. Powerful DC lobby. Oh, is it Babu? Sorry. Babu is the Hindu gentleman, I guess, because then this could be umpteenth. If you say, yes, that happened for the umpteenth time, you mean, the countless occasions of this have occurred. And an ordinal is the sort of counting terms, first, second, third, etc. Okay, so maybe it is big pharma then. And then here we have claim in court. Not sure. Here we have Nostradamus, supposedly a seer, a fortune teller. And claim in harm, as in you claim harm has been done to you. That's your allegation. Okay. And then deep fried Latin American fare, empanada. That looks right. That fits. Keir Starmer and others for short. So Keir Starmer is presently the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, PM. And other examples would be PMs. So there we go. All right. Agency that helps startups. Small Business Association or Small Business Administration, I think it is. SBA. I think that's a U.S. Government body. The SBA, the Small Business Administration, I think. What female llamas do to show disinterest in a mate? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. That's fascinating, but I don't know. Ice cream. Well, although don't llamas spit? Aren't llamas known for spitting? Maybe that's actually what it is. Rembrandt and Sargent, notably portrait painters. Oh, I misspelled empanadas. Yeah, it is that. Empanadas there. Yes, there we go. There we go. All right. So yes, Rembrandt and Sargent are known as portrait painters for sure. So, wait. No, never mind. No. That doesn't work. Portrait artists? There we go. That does work. Okay. Sorry, I misspelled portrait originally. Lots of misspelling today. White peg in Battleship. Is that a mine in Battleship? I haven't played Battleship in longer than I can remember, and I don't even remember that. I didn't remember that there were mines, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were. If you guess a mine cell, something bad happens. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. I think that's probably right. Was awful. That was awful. It stank. Much appreciated. I'm not sure. What female llamas? Yeah, I do think it is going to be spit because of that portrait artists. And then much appreciated. I am, I don't know. Ice cream or cake response, perhaps both, you could say. It means a lot to me. Oh, maybe this isn't mine. Much appreciated. It means a lot to me. Yeah, that works. So what is a mist? White peg in Battleship? Is that missed? Oh no, just a miss. Oh, I see. If you miss your guess, you record it with a white peg. Okay, as you can see, I have not played Battleship in a long time. All right. Line from a blame shifter. That wasn't my fault. That wasn't, or that was not on me. I'm not sure. Something to that effect. Bajo's opposite. I think that's low versus alto would be high. Does that work? Let's check the crosses. Garden swimmer, koi is a koi fish in a pond. So swear words. Not sure. It could be swear as in profanity, but it could be swear as in profess something to be true. But I'm not sure which. Line from a blame shifter. That wasn't. Spot for a toque. So tet. So toque. I mean, in English we mainly use that to refer to a chef's toque, a distinctive hat that a chef wears. But it's a French word. I actually don't know what else it would mean in French specifically, but it's headwear in some form, and so it goes on a head, which in French is tête. So there we go. All right, a split one may need trimming. A split end, your hair, you might trim it if you've got a lot of split ends. So things touched by touchy topics are raw nerves. That sounds right. And then where the malleus and incus bones are found must be the ear. All right, grand regal maybe, or something like that. Something to that effect. I'm not sure what it is. Royal. I mean, it could be royal, regal. I don't know if there's something else. Okay. Blank never sleeps, banking slogan. Oh, city never sleeps. That's referring to, well, it's drawing on the phrase, the city never sleeps in general terms, but in this case it's spelled in the manner of Citibank, C-I-T-I, as it is their slogan. Is or was, I'm not sure. Emily's List, e.g. informally. Not sure. What about this? Swear words, right? We looked at that already. Certain chess tactic. Don't know. And then here in transit, you're at it or you're, I don't know, not sure what that's about. Comedian Griffin. Doesn't ring a bell to me. They often have multiple horns, right? Well, it's going to end with an S. Nasty fall. Sleet, as in something falling from the sky that's unpleasant and sort of nasty weather. You would describe sleet as nasty weather. One might be reached at a summit. So it could be the summit of a mountain, but I think it's more likely to be reaching an agreement at a summit. In other words, a meeting of very important people. I think this could be apocryphal. I think Winston Churchill coined the term summit because it's the top. It's wherever it's the people who are there are heads of government, for instance. They're the absolute top, just like a summit. Okay, intensely focused, not sure. Compete in a Summer Olympic sport. This could be so many different things. I don't know. Peak's squeak. So this is referring to a Pekingese dog, presumably. A yip or a yap or something like that. Swear words. Well, if it's yip, it could be I promise. Yes, okay, you swear to do something, you promise to do it. There we go. So then what about this? Comedian Griffin, yes. Oh, Kathy Griffin, it must be. I think her name is spelled with a K. I think that's right. They often have multiple... Oh, is it ska bands? Ska bands often have a horn section, so multiple horns. I think that's probably right. Let's see if it holds up. In transit. Oh, if a letter, for instance, is in transit, it's been sent. So there we go. I think that's right. Frankfurters cry, ach. So not Frankfurter as in a hot dog, but as in someone literally from Frankfurt in Germany who might cry, ach. There's a cry. All right. Part of a slider. Oh, a patty, as in a burger, a small hamburger, a slider. A what kind of patty? Let's look at these quickly. Emily's List, e.g., a PAC, a political action committee in the U.S. So these are organizations that solicit funds to advocate for political causes or candidates. Okay, so that's an example of that, I suppose. And then that wasn't my... Oh, line from a blame shifter. That wasn't my idea. I see. I may have been involved, but it wasn't my idea. Okay, well, we still do need to finish off this top bit. Shipbuilder's tool. An odds? A-D-Z-E, maybe? Is that used in shipbuilding? Could be. Crayola's atomic tangerine and shocking pink, e.g. These are neon colors, I would say, so neons. Chicken or mashed potato? Oh, either one is a dance. Yeah, there we go. You could dance the chicken or the mashed potato. There we go. All right. And then nasty fall. It still could be sleet. I'm not sure. Actually, if it were, then this could end in deal. Something deal, not beach deal. What is it? One may be reached at a summit. Oh, peace deal. That's better. Okay, intensely focused. In the or on the, in the zone? Yeah, if you're in the zone. So certain chess tactic pin. I suppose you could sort of pin a particular piece with two of your own pieces. So that would make sense. So in the zone, if you're intensely focused, that's what you want to be solving a crossword. Part of a slider, a beef patty, of course. Why wasn't that the most obvious thing? It is an adze. Okay, well, there we go. So that's ADZE, which is a woodworking tool. And then compete in a summer Olympic sport. It would be to fence. There we go. Engage in some fencing. And then nasty fall is, after all, sleet. Something made just for show is a set. So you make an environment just to film something there. or to, I guess, to act in it on a stage play. All right, it's leavened with sour milk. Soda bread, yeah. Soda bread is a leavened bread, and it's got that kind of distinctive, kind of almost fermented-like sort of taste. All right, bootlegger busters, T-men. So these are treasury agents who, during Prohibition, would have been busting bootleggers. Okay, take a seat, you might suggest to somebody, and then go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Proverbs 6:6. So I suppose they're referring to the industriousness of the ant as we perceive them to be. Faux finish. Is it an X? I'm wondering if it's just referring to the last letter in faux. I'm not sure. Jerry's car of choice on Seinfeld. Is it a Saab? I did not know that. I think Seinfeld is great, but that show is great, but I didn't know that. All right, surrounded by. If you're surrounded by people, you're amid them. Treetop dwelling. An airy? No. Not sure. Transient. I'm not sure about that either. Subject of the classic song lyric, I'll see you in my dreams. I'm not sure about that either. Roman goddess of childbirth, Diana, I would think. Is that right? Burrell of the Food Network, I'm not sure. Tend toward. If you tend toward something, you sort of lean toward it. And unsullied environment. Eden is a kind of perfect unsullied environment from the biblical story, of course. And then transient. Not quite seeing it. I mean, these two letters will be vowels, I would think. Treetop. Maybe it is an area. Okay. Yeah, so sort of high up nesting spot. There we go. So I think that is right. So this is Irene, I suppose. I'll see you in my dreams. I mean, it sounds very, very vaguely familiar, but I couldn't hum it or sing it. I'd probably recognize it if I heard it, but I think that must be it. So this looks like Anne, doesn't it? Anne Burrell of the Food Network. And then, I don't think I know who that is. Transient, ephemeral. There we go. So something comes and goes. It's transient, it's ephemeral, it's fleeting. Grand, so it does sort of look like regal, doesn't it? And then shade akin to mauve. Pink? I guess mauve is sort of pink. That sounds right. Giggle syllable, he or he. Probably starts with HE at least. Youth-centric magazine spinoff. No idea. I guess this could be Ha. I don't know this magazine. Competition with many missions. I don't know about that either. Here we have where one person's trash is another's treasure. Huh. Maybe regal is wrong. Nothing here seems good. Youth-centric magazine spinoff. I don't know. Faux finish. Con target. A sap or a dummy or something like that. I mean, if you con somebody, you con somebody who's gullible. A mark. I don't know. Pangolin scales, functionally. I don't know. What function do pangolin scales? I mean, I suppose for the pangolin itself, they're sort of armor. I mean, a pangolin looks like an armored sort of creature, so maybe that's what it is. Con target. I don't know. So it's not dummy if armor's right. Relative of a pupusa. This would be another sort of dough-encased food item. An arepa, probably. I think arepa has actually been included in the crossword a few times recently. What about this? Faux finish. I don't know. What about this? Youth-centric magazine spinoff. I don't even know where to begin with that. Oops, getting noisy up there. Competition with many missions. Open something? No, don't know. Where one person's trash is another's treasure. Something sink? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Con target. Slander. If you slander someone, you smear them. There we go. That's right. Grand. Still not sure. Ready for a drive, perhaps. If you're on it, you're teed up or you're open or something. I don't know. Giggle syllable. Kia blank. New Zealand greeting. I don't know. I feel I should know what this is, but I don't offhand. Faux finish. Oh, faux pas. It's looking for another word. Right, okay. It's a word that follows faux. So faux pas, false step in French to mean, you've made an error, a social error very frequently. Okay, so the con target is the patsy. There we go. I don't remember if that was one of my ideas, but that's the answer here. So the person on whom you pin something. Or someone you con. So youth-centric magazine, Spanish. Oh, Teen Vogue. Teen Vogue. So this is not pink. Is it puce? Okay, there we go. So shade akin to mauve is puce. There we go. I didn't have my shades all sorted out in my head. So competition with many missions. The space race. The space race broadly was a sort of competition between the U.S. and the USSR and involved many missions to outer space. To the atmosphere and to outer space. All right, so ready for a drive, perhaps. On cue or once, ready for a drive. This doesn't look... I don't get it. Where one person's trash is another... Oh, a yard sale. Oh, on CD. Wow, okay. So music is on CD, and it's ready to be put into a drive, a disk drive. All right, so that's yard sale. Here we have Kia ora, New Zealand greeting. All right, good. And this was Regal after all. That was correct, despite my doubts. So, is this the answer? It is. That was the Friday crossword. There we go. Felt pretty Friday-ish. Maybe not quite as punny as some Fridays are, but I think well-tuned in terms of the difficulty level and so on. I think a number of people have found this week to be easier than average most days. Let me know how you fared with this one. I find Fridays more difficult to judge in terms of how tough I think they'll be for people overall. I don't know why, but I find them a bit more difficult to sort of evaluate in that regard. So let me know how you fared with this one. It means a lot to me when people comment and subscribe and so on. Anyway, that was the Friday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for a trickier, possibly the trickiest puzzle of the week, the Saturday crossword. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.